What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Times.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? Welcome to Wednesday's discussion. So if you're just tuning in, definitely go back and listen to Monday's topic, which we discussed. We just discussed it.
DC Health Link.
There it is. Yep. So the DC Health Exchange, over 170,000 people's PII was potentially leaked out there. So definitely tune in for that one. Then Tuesday we go into the passwordless future. So it's another episode where now it seems to be coming together, where they have a bunch of celebrities and companies and we are the world coming together to make this happen. So definitely tune into that one and kind of our thoughts of it. Like obviously it's positive, but yeah, definitely check that out. And now today, this one comes from InfoSecurity. So infosecurity-magazine.com. So it's an article written by Alessandro, and in it, the article is entitled "White House Allocates $3.1 billion to Cybersecurity in New Budget." So if anybody out there who's been checking in with the government, there's been a lot of framework being laid. There's been a lot of initiatives, executive orders, and money being put into cybersecurity, as well as beefing up the department. So the Department of Justice, the FBI, CISA, the list goes on and on and on, right? Of like making these departments stronger, more aggressive, and funding them well to accomplish the mission out there to stop the bad guys, right? So that continues, right? So the White House has allocated a total of $3.1 billion to cybersecurity infrastructure in its latest budget report, published on Thursday. The document shows $145 million of this figure will go toward making the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, more resilient and defensible. So we've talked about in the past how CISA's had to step in to help out local governments, schools. They're aiding the Department of Justice on those bigger things like your colonial pipelines, your JBS. They're also involved in some part when it comes to the Department of Justice and how they go after cyber criminals who are international, and that's usually a joint effort between multiple different countries. I think the last one was like 13 countries all pitched in to shut down a cyber or ransomware group or gang in their website, right? So a lot of money from a lot of different governments is coming in, and there's a lot of these frameworks being built out to not only protect people's information, but to kind of make sure that the bigger businesses have some skin in the game, right? Like there'll be penalties and fines and things of that nature for not upgrading their systems, for not protecting people. But also here's some incentives. Like here's some money to make sure that you are upgrading your system. So it's like the carrot and the stick type situation happening. But what are your thoughts on this, Shannon?
So I like it, right? So putting the money where the mouth is, that shows, putting money where the mouth is, right? Because they spoke it into existence. It shows they really are serious about it. And as we've mentioned before, right, whether or not it really is something this administration believes in wholeheartedly, or because they've been the caretakers when different things have happened, they just have a bad look. It doesn't matter to me, right? As long as you're putting the money towards it. So yeah, to see these different organizations get this money is always a good thing, right? 3.1 billion, at least it's going to something good, right? It's not going to, bailing out somebody that doesn't know how to control their money, you know what I mean? These different banks and whatnot that are going under, like SVB, but yeah. So
yeah, I heard about that, man. Crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild out there.
They're like the 16th largest bank that works in America or something like that. But I mean, that's not top 5 or anything like that, but 16 ain't exactly low.
Right.
For all the financial institutions that we have, but neither here nor there. But like, I'd rather see the money go to this than go to them when they just weren't responsible, right? And do another bailout. I'm just not for that. But something that was mentioned in the article. So like Richard Bird, who's the CSO at API security firm Traceable AI, he likes the investments that are coming out, but he's disappointed to see the focus on outdated ways of thinking. And what he's saying is that, here's his quote: "Faster incident reporting is not a security improvement, no more than an alarm system that goes off 2 days after you have been robbed is a security improvement," right? So what he's saying is that, reporting the incident faster, he's like, that's an outdated way of thinking, right? So, okay, you already made it happen. What's the preventative measure? Like, that's what he wants to see, right? Like, what are we doing to make sure that it does not happen at all? Not that we notify everyone that it has happened, right? And I agree with that. I don't kind of agree
Yeah,
with
that's a good point.
that. You know what I mean? So, because I myself had said, hey, I'd like to see it be sooner than 90 days out, before I know about something. But yes, it would make sense. And maybe this is just the baby steps, right? So like when it comes to improving things on as large a scale as government, right? Department of Defense, government, a lot of these 3-letter, agencies, like that's not going to be a quick moving thing. You know what I mean? There are millions of people that work in those organizations, to include, your active duty reservists, your contractors, civilians, millions of people that work in those environments, to where you just can't do it overnight, right? But this may be the baby steps we need to take. Like, it is good. I'm not poo-pooing that people get notified faster when something does happen, but yes, I do think the investment does need to go into the preventative measures, to make it more of a secure environment. But yeah, no, 3.1 billion, man, money where the mouth is. You know what I mean? Like, my hope is that this is something that it gets implemented quickly, so it's not one of those things where you wait a little bit of time, and then it could come to where the next administration, if not the same one, says, nah, we could use that 3.1 billion for something else, right? That isn't as important. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I hope.
So I think when it comes to the cybersecurity initiatives, they've been pretty bipartisan so far. Like, they might not like where the money's coming from. Like, I think this one, there was a little bit of contention because it was like kind of also in there with infrastructure and roads and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, they were like, we still need this. So I don't think that portion will change, because the Obama administration, the Trump administration, the Biden administration, it seems like they're all building blocks towards getting us secure and good to go. But yeah, I think where the pots of money and all that other stuff are distributed, I think that might be a point of contention. But as long as you continue to drop that 3 billion, I don't care where you necessarily get it from, as long as it's being used to help protect us. But I do agree with you, and the person in this article, the Richard Byrd, that yes, but like you said, like we were really bad off. Like, we weren't reporting for months, and now it's weeks, and then soon it'll be days. Baby steps. Like, we're refining processes in the hopes to hopefully one day be more preventative. So I can kind of see where he's coming from, but I mean, then just give him 6 billion. Just print it. Just print the money out. It's fine. what's the worst
what we do anyway. It's what we're doing anyway.
What's the worst that can happen, right?
It's only cotton, right? It's only cotton.
We'll be okay. Let's make that money up. The future will pay for it. That's who. Not us. But yeah, so we'll see what comes of it. But I do think it's a great initiative, and hopefully this continues to grow, right? So next year I want to see additional resources, like not just throwing money at it, but just like, hey, here are our initiatives, and here's how we're going to get about it, and here's where the money's going to be distributed, to make these agencies more robust to protect the people. Because without this, if this passwordless future will help people protect themselves, but in the meantime, they're not. Their password is a password 123, and their PIIs everywhere. So it's a mess out there. So we definitely need all the help we can get. So with that being said, definitely continue to tune in throughout the week. So Monday, Tuesday are our topics. So please go back if you have not heard those. Wednesday is always a discussion, kind of like this, where we go back and forth about some initiative that's happening or some change. A lot of it has been government, because there's a lot of change happening within that, but we'll see what next week brings. And then Fridays, we talk about everything else. So non-cyber related, movies, books, TV games, TV shows and games, things of that nature. Just we're unwinding for the week, so definitely tune in for that one. Hit up the website. Hit up all the, man, I'm messing up the end. Hit up all of the websites that go by our name, and then give me up personally. I'm at RY Security Guy. That's RY Security Guy. I'm on LinkedIn, Clubhouse, and Twitter. Stay safe, stay secure.